You know when you're like super dehydrated and then you like drink a bunch of water and then you don't feel great after? But like you're still dehydrated so you want water? That's me right now. Hi, I'm Lillian and welcome to Make a Pizza with Me. I didn't think of a clever title. Somehow I typed the omega symbol through my keyboard.
And I don't know how I did it.
Anyway, I still do not have this pizza dough memorized yet. I have made it, this will be the third time. It's actually not surprising that I don't have it memorized. Is this the right recipe? First try. Flour, yeast. What? I'm gonna skip the sugar in this recipe. Going for the garlic salt. Hi. Oh, can I make your treats? Might have done too many treats, but you know what? It'll keep Trixie happy. Olive oil and water. Wow, we're done. Okay, combine 1 cup of flour, yeast, sugar, and salt in a large bowl. This is a stand mixer mission. Then I'm gonna mix it all here so that, like, you know. I'm realizing that I may have set up my phone too close, where the top of my head is being cut off if I stand right here.
Space.
I need to be exact when I want to be exact. If you know my experience with baking, which honestly, I don't even know if I'm ever gonna post this. I just like to make fake videos because it gives me something to do and it motivates me to do things because I feel the pressure to finish them. Even though
no one's probably ever gonna hear me say these words.
It makes me motivated, especially when it comes to art, to like start something and finish it because yeah. And then also I really enjoy editing. Editing is just a fun little passion of mine. Like when I was like 5 or 6 and discovered iMovie. Coughing from dehydration. It just like blew my mind and I have been hooked ever since. And no matter what anyone tells you, iMovie on a Mac is so good. Like I tried Adobe Premiere Pro since my dad has an Adobe subscription for work and it was like, why not just try it out? It's so complicated. Like, okay, I get that like I can figure it out eventually if I care to. But why would I spend that much time when iMovie gets the job done? I'm sure you can't do fancy font things, but that's where putting it in Procreate Dreams comes in, and you can do cute little animations. And then mix with a wooden spoon. All right, I'm gonna do the stand mixer-ness to this, so it'll actually look like a dough when you see it next.
The dough
Is now gonna sit in this bowl in the oven while it's set to proof. All right, now I have cleaned up and I think while the dough proves for the next, I think it's like 24 minutes, I'm gonna animate. So yeah, see you in that time. So the timer just went off and it's not proved that much, which I'm gonna take is gonna be because I added too much water at the beginning. So I had to add more flour. So that's kind of offset the ratio of other ingredients to yeast. So I'm hoping it'll still prove a little bit more. I mean, it has gotten bigger. It'll just probably take a little bit longer. So I set another timer for 15 and I'll check back then. Here's the proved dough. It has increased in size, but usually it's like up to here. Not usually that sticky either. We're gonna need a lot of flour. I really might have added too much water. I don't know. I added the same amount that I normally do. I don't know what's going on. And then I have the tray with parchment. Proved dough. Oh my god, it has the most fun texture. Like it's just like, think about like the spider webs at Halloween that like you put in your front yard or like inside your house if you're real crazy. Like think about that, but like slime. I'm not an expert, but I act like I'm an expert because trying to act like an expert and not being an expert is better than straight up not knowing what I'm doing. I honestly, this year, I have my resolution sort of ish. It's not really like a clear cut sentence or anything, but it's just try to make more stuff myself as opposed to going to restaurants. Like basically just like, I don't know, because it's like after going to New York, I mean, I know like food in New York is like
not gonna get it anywhere else that good.
But just like making more meals that aren't just, oh yeah, I can eat that. Like, oh yeah, it's good. Like I want more meals that are like, oh my God, like that's so good. Like that's as good as something that I'll eat at like a restaurant. Like, you know, those kind of meals. And honestly, this pizza dough is kind of the first step in that. Because usually I'll just like buy dough I need more flour. We'll just like buy dough from, I don't know, like Whole Foods or something. They have decent dough. It's like there's something different about making it. Like, not only is it just you put in the time and effort, but it's just so much better because it's like fresh, and also you have so much more control. I highly recommend trying out just making more things yourself, and you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail hard. Obviously, I use too much water in this, and this is my third time making this recipe, so I should be a pro by now, but I'm not. So, you know what? Allow yourself to fail, because every time you fail is an opportunity to not fail and mistakes, and it reinforces ideas. And honestly, this is a happy accident, because when I've made this in the past, the pizza's been like too poofy, like it poofs up so much in the oven. And this just is like it's a lot thinner. Not a lot thinner. But it's like thin enough where it's like there is a difference, and that's kind of what I want. I want it to be a little bit more Neapolitan style instead of Detroit style. Like, it's literally Detroit style pizza thick. I don't know what it is about baking videos, but they're just so much more fun to edit than the art ones.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but editing Lillian here to tell you that yes, baking videos are fun, but they take so much longer than the art ones. Okay, bye.
They're more chaotic. Art ones, most of the time I have more fun making them, but if this is the first video I post, then
You probably have no clue what I'm talking about.
oh, we love hobbies. Yeah, let's make a pizza. Spread in the sauce. Do 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 do. Dee doo. Spread in the sauce. The sauce on a pizza dough with cheese on top. Pasta's still good on pizza. I just don't feel like it tonight. That's a lot of sauce. I might sprinkle some cheese on top. Da-da-da-da. It is finished. That is all. Who just decided that this was a gallon? Like, who was like, this amount of liquid is a gallon? Like, why the word gallon as well? Like, not even the, like, amount, but, like, the name. Like,
Gallon.
liter, quart, pint. Liter, I guess, becomes milliliter. But if that wasn't a thing. Words are weird. That is my point. Let us put the pizza in the oven. But not really us. You're not really doing anything. You're just watching me. Like, what are you doing right now? Is your leg asleep? Is your foot asleep? Are you stuck in your room because there's a cat on your lap?
Like, what are you doing right now?
Are you drawing while I'm baking? Are you baking while I'm baking? Am I right? Is your name...
No, that's too personal.
I have to go open the oven before I do this. I'm not using the big oven. I'm using the tiny oven. I like the tiny oven better. I'll be back once it's done. It is baking at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm gonna set the first timer for 12 minutes. Look at the pizza. The video doesn't like to focus because of the black dots. You're getting a close-up of the pizza. Don't you love when you realize you've been singing your favorite songs for like 20 minutes and it's only making your dry throat worse because you were dehydrated today? Anyway, the pizza's finished. It smells like pizza. Here, I'll bring you closer. That's the oven I use. That's where it is. Anyway, here's the pizza. We got the pizza. I will slice it and then I will consume the pizza because that is what one does with the pizza. So I feel like my hand is shaking a lot, so if the video gets like shaky, that's why. It's late. Well, it's not that late. It's 7:07, but I stayed up late last night. Late for me is 11:30. And I'm someone who goes to bed by 9:30. Pajamas by 9:30. Lights out by 10. Anyway, I made a pizza today. And it made me feel good that I made my own food. And yeah, even though I didn't get it from a restaurant, it's like, it's mine. Like, I made this from scratch. None of this existed. Besides the sauce and the cheese. I made the dough. I highly recommend that you try making more of your own meals this year. And bye.